In today's brief session, we will have an introduction to parts of speech in English. Parts of speech is part of a functional English course that I'm currently teaching to a group of undergraduate students. So, what is speech and what are its different parts? This is what we will have an introduction to in today's session. A speech is basically a form of communication, and that actually means the exchange of ideas. Communication between humans could be verbal communication or it could be non-verbal communication. Verbal communication is actually the use of language orally or in written form. So, whenever we speak to people or when we write to other people, we are communicating verbally. Or when we are reading or when we are listening, in all forms we are communicating verbally. Non-verbal communication is actually the use of gestures or body language. In other words, in non-verbal communication, we do not make use of language. Speech, thus, is a form of verbal communication. So here is an example of, you can say, the verbal communication. So here you can see a sentence. The teacher was writing a sample letter on the whiteboard. Now this sentence is a form of speech where you can see that there are different words that I have colored those differently so that you can understand that these various parts have been combined into a whole, and so these are the parts of speech. In other words, it is these parts that have actually turned into this speech or this verbal communication or this sentence. Now, there are a number of parts of speech. Traditionally, there are 8 parts of speech, but in more modern books on grammar and language, there have been 9 parts of speech have been identified. Noun is the one of the parts of speech which actually means the name of something, and that actually means it could be the name of a place or person or thing or idea. For example, Ali bought a book. Here, Ali is a name, book is a name, and so both of these are nouns. There are different types of nouns that we will discuss in some future presentation. The pronoun is another part of speech where words used instead of a noun to avoid repetition of nouns in speech or in sentences. So Ali bought a book. We can then write Ali bought it yesterday, but that will be a kind of repetition of the noun Ali. So in order to avoid repetition of the noun Ali, we replaced Ali by he. And so he is the pronoun that is used instead of the noun Ali in order to avoid repetition. So pronouns are used instead of nouns in order to avoid repetition of nouns in sentences or in speech. Adjectives add to the meaning of nouns or pronouns. So, for example, look at the sentence, Ali is a punctual teacher. Here, teacher is the noun and punctual is the adjective that has added to the meaning of the noun. He is also diligent. Here, the word diligent as an adjective has added to the meaning of the pronoun he. So, adjectives actually are used in order to add to the meaning of nouns or pronouns. Verbs are central parts in sentences, and without verbs, generally we cannot we cannot make meaningful sentences. So verbs describe states of being or action. 2 things. 1, states of being, and 2, actions. So if you look at the 2 sentences in front of this, Ali is a teacher. it shows a state of being, that Ali, what Ali is a teacher. It shows that Ali, the state of Ali or the position of Ali. The second one, Ali teaches English. Here, it shows action, and the action is the action of teaching. So Ali teaches English is verb in its action form. So verb could be a state, or verb could represent an action. Now, what is an adverb? An adverb is another part of speech where adverbs are words that describe a verb, adjective, or another verb, another adverb. So that actually means adverbs add to the meaning of either a verb or an adjective or another adverb. For example, Ali teaches well. In this one, the word well adds to the verb teaches, to the meaning of the verb teaches, and that's why well is adverb here. In the second sentence, Ali is a very good teacher. Here, good is adjective, and very is the adverb that adds to the meaning of good. And so here, the adverb adds to the meaning of adjective. In the third one, Ali teaches really well. Here, well is the adverb, and really is also another adverb that is adding to the meaning of the verb well. So here, what we can see is that adverb has added to the meaning of adverb. So we can say that adverbs are words that add to the meaning of verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Then we also have prepositions as one of the parts of speech. What is a preposition? A preposition is a word, is actually a linking part of nouns to other words. In other words, prepositions link nouns to other words. For example, Ali is in the classroom. Here, Ali is noun. Classroom is another noun, you can say. And the word in actually links Ali and the classroom. Similarly, the book is on the table. So here the book is one word, and on is the preposition that links the book to the other word, table. So other examples of prepositions are, for example, in, on, of, to, with, under, near, and several others. Conjunction. Conjunctions are actually joining words. In other words, they join words, clauses, or sentences. For example, Ali teaches English and Urdu. Here, the word and has joined English and Urdu, and so it's a conjunction. Similarly, he is smart but lazy. Here, you can say that two parts of the sentence are actually joined together by the word but. And so there are several examples of conjunctions that include but, and, after, although, yet, and so on. Interjection. Interjections express sudden feelings, emotions, and exclamations. For example, aha, I stood first in the class. Now here the word aha shows a sudden feeling or emotion of happiness. Alas, Ali has failed. Here the word alas shows kind of feeling of disappointment. And so this is interjection. Similarly, bravo, our team won the match. Again, the word bravo shows an emotion of overjoy or delight. So these are the words that show sudden feelings, expressions of sudden feelings or emotions, and so they are called interjections. The last one In some cases, there are certain grammarians who do not include articles or determiners as parts of speech, but there are others who include this. And so articles are actually parts of speech that determine the definiteness or indefiniteness of a noun or a noun phrase. Articles include a, an, and the. So here are examples. Ali bought a book. Here the article a is called the indefinite article. Then the second one, Ali bought an umbrella. Again, it's an indefinite article and it shows the indefiniteness of the noun umbrella. While Ali bought the book he liked the most. Here the use of this article the makes the noun definite. And so this is a particular type of book that is being referred to. And so the use of the before this makes it a definite noun